Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I have the new Terrorsaur from the Golden Disc collection, part of War for Cybertron Kingdom. And I'm gonna go through this guy, see if he's cool, how he stacks up against my memories of the original, because I don't have that anymore. And we'll just see if he's cool. Be right back. All right, so the packaging looks kind of cool, but it's pretty much in line with all the other Golden Disc collection packaging. It does have pictures on the back, and I'd love to take him out and show him to you, but I already did. So the box is empty. We got him over here in his Pterodon mode. I don't know if it's a pterodon, pterodactyl, I don't know. He's got wings, he's a dinosaur, he fly. That's pretty much all I know. So he comes in the package, which is unlike a lot of the newer Transformers. Instead of in bot mode, he is in beast mode. So I have him in that for you. He does come with a nice little gun. He also comes with these two little itty bitty pieces that you have to stick underneath, and they actually are the hooks on his arm. Came in wrapped in tissue paper. For a minute I thought someone had like dropped some Coke in there. Not the drinkable kind. But you attach them and they go on his arms in robot mode. It totally makes sense when you transform him. And he also comes with the golden disc that they talk about on the packaging. Now, it's made of plastic, but you can see the grooves on the back and the symbols on the front. And I will tell you this, if you take this and you put it into your DVD player or your CD drive or put it very carefully on your turntable, you'll probably break your fucking equipment. So don't do that. This is just a piece of plastic, so don't try to read it with anything. You really think it would work? So, but it's a neat additional accessory to have, and you can take it and just make it disappear, because you know you don't really need it anyway. So anyways, we are going to examine the Transformer, which is what we're all here for. So Terrorsaur, very cool character from the Beast Wars, kind of took on the Starscream, you know, I want to rule over all the Predacons. You know, sometimes he wasn't as adamant about it as Starscream, and definitely wasn't as clever as Starscream could be, but he didn't like Megatron. Quick aside, I gotta say, poor Megatron in the Beast Wars. He had Terrorsaur out for his job. He had Dinobot out for his job. He had Black Arachnia, who was definitely rebellious, didn't care to work for him. And you had Tarantulas, who, sheesh, agent of Unicron much? He didn't have a lot to work with, but luckily he had Scorponok. Ooh, Terrorsaur said bad things. Well, speaking of bad things saying Terrorsaur, here he is. It's a pretty cool pterodactyl mode. So he's got wings, his beak opens, you can move the head back and forth. The legs can move around, so you can stand him in various positions, and he can also flop forward. But if you balance him right, he's fine. You can bend the legs back. You can put him in flight. So he's a pretty cool version of the toy. There is something I don't like, the wings. So the wings come off. They were not really attached in the package, but they come right off. They snap back in, you know, easy enough, but I hate the fact that they detach so easily. As you're transforming him, as you're doing whatever, they'll just pop off. So not a big fan of the attachment to the wings. He looks great, but handling, you know, the wing just comes off. I don't know if it's a safety thing. I don't know if they were concerned that if the wing didn't come off, someone would, you know, cut a bitch or an SOB. I don't want to be sexist. I'm an equal opportunity slasher. Male, female, no gender at all. Kill you. Okay, I'm not that violent. But yes, so I don't know if it's a safety thing or whatever, but yeah, I'm not fond of the detachable wings. So he's got a minus, but he's also got some pluses. So he came with this gun, which actually hooks into a slot under his wing so he can have it in his vehicle mode. So now the original Terrorsaur was a flip changer, and I love flip changers. I kind of miss my original Terrorsaur, and his gun actually stored inside the pterodactyl when you transformed him. So I kind of miss that, and plus the simplicity in transforming. But we're gonna go over the robot mode for this guy. But again, he's got a lot of joints, and he's actually more posable than some when he's in his alt mode. Of course, his alt mode is a creature, so it should have some posability. His head can turn in all directions. He can look up and he can open up his beak to eat when he's hungry. I don't know if that was any good as a Terrorsaur impression, but oh well. It's my video, and all I have to say is time for robot mode. Terrorsaur! Terrorize! Okay, I know that was bad. So there he is in robot mode, and he's a great representation of the original character on the Beast Wars show, which is what I would expect, because quite honestly, everything that they've put out with the new Beast Wars line has pretty much looked much more like the original characters on the show than any of the toys just about. Though Rat Trap is iffy. The wings irritate me. I only knocked a wing off once while transforming him. I'm sure I will knock off the wings plenty of times while I am demonstrating the posability and such. So of course, lately I've been starting from the top down, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna turn the head, because you can turn the head and it actually swivels back a little bit so you can look up a little bit. So the head's pretty posable. Arm, ball joint, he can go pretty much in any direction. Well, actually it's a pinned joint, but it's definitely very flexible. You can bend his elbows all over the place. You can not twist his fists. His fists actually have this extra joint near, like, halfway between the fist and the elbow. That is part of the transformation, but he cannot twist his fists. So that's something others are usually able to do, but not him. You can twist at the waist. That is actually part of the transformation as well, but he can turn and look behind him. Rhinox! So that's a nice part. And with the legs, now, fucking wing. The legs, as I had noted with another recent Transformer, he can do the actual Jean-Claude Van Damme with his toes up. If you try to give him a full split without putting the toes up, he can do that too. So he is more flexible than a lot of Transformers and, most humans I know. But his leg can go in pretty much any direction. It goes forward. He can do a front kick, side kick, crescent kick, axe kick, whatever kick he needs to do. And he's got joints on his feet, and it's a bit of a ball joint, so when you move him into different positions, different poses, you can pretty much accommodate it with the feet. So very posable. And these are those things that I was talking about earlier. Itty bitty things come in a little piece of tissue paper, and you attach them to his forearms and wing, and it kind of completes the look. But you can remove them if you need to. I guess they were concerned about someone poking themselves in the eye. I don't know why they had them separate. I don't know why the wings detach. But he is a very cool looking Transformer whose wings fall off too fucking much. And as you can see from the back, he's got his Terrorsaur head. It's not exactly the same as the original, but for him not being the same transformation, despite the wings, he looks very close to his original toy and definitely the character on the show. I will probably put him on a shelf and not touch his wings for a while, and then one day I'll pick him up and the wings will fall off and I'll have a fucking fit. But overall, despite the wings, big downside. The rest of him, it's a very clever transformation. There's some subtleties to it as far as shifting, but it's also not a complex transformation, so it was pretty quick and easy. Barely needed to look at the directions, and the only reason I did was because I don't like to break things, especially when I want to review them. I didn't break the wings, and I'm very curious, do you experience the same wing problem? If you don't, please let me know, because I'm gonna be doing something, I don't know. But if you are, then, we can be brothers and sisters in misery, or siblings if you want to be gender neutral. So there he is. I do recommend him. However, I have just checked on Amazon and it appears that he is sold out. So if you didn't get it at the original price, you may have to go to eBay. So I'm putting a link down in the description to eBay so you can look around. Maybe you'll find someone with a reasonable price. I'll also check AliExpress, and if I find any on there, I'll put a link if they're reasonably priced in the description as well. But pretty neat figure, definitely good for the collection despite the wing problem. And while you are hunting him down or deciding whether or not you want to take yours out of the box, you can check out some other videos over here. There's a subscribe button. There's a wing right fucking there. Give us a like. You know, maybe share this with one friend for every time I dropped a wing. That would be cool. And comment, you know, do all the YouTube stuff. We'll see you next time. And as always, have fun and good hunting.